Welcome to this week's video where we're taking all sorts of public transport, including flying. Yep, you heard that right. Public transport is one of the most cost-effective ways of getting around, and compared to other San Francisco prices, is definitely good value. Now today we're exploring some of the lesser known parts of San Francisco, explaining how to get around and introducing Wallace, our friend's three-legged and very cute dog. Now, if you're planning a day trip or a short visit to San Francisco, then today's video will help you plan some of the best must-see locations and attractions. And we're going to kick things off today doing the most touristy thing and taking a cable car, which incidentally was invented by a Scottish engineer and started operating in 1873. Now, a ride on a cable car is $8 per ride, or as you'll see, we share a much more cost-effective way of riding them. So clang, with the trolley. Let's get going. Hi, we're James and Rob, and this is our dog Oscar. We love travel in all its forms, so join us on our next adventure as we head out on the road again. So this morning we have decided to be tourists and get on the cable car, which is very rickety. And hopefully you can hear me above the noise of the car. Yeah, let's show you the view. This is the view as we head up the hill. We have Union Square just down there and our hotel on the right. James is standing. There's the car going the other way. You see when they go to the bottom that they have to manually turn the car on a little turntable, which I'll edit into this video now. A fun way to see the city. We downloaded the Muni app and bought a one-day pass, which was $13, and that allows you on the subway, on the trams, and on the trolley cars as well. So that is a good deal, especially when you have to pay $73 to get the hop-on, hop-off bus, which is crazy expensive. I view the Bay Bridge in the distance. We're heading from Union Square area now. We're heading towards Chinatown. We're just passed through Chinatown, heading down towards the Fisherman's Wharf. This was the cable car that we have just got off of, which was something to experience. So if you're going to get the cable car, pick it up from Market Street, because every other stop it went to, it was full, so the people waiting couldn't get on. Yeah, and do it as early as possible. We only queued for about 10 minutes or so, but it is still only 9 o'clock in the morning, and the queues get very long, but it's definitely something to experience once. And if you get a Muni card like we've got, then as I said, you can use it on the trams, on the trolleys, and on the metro or the underground, whatever it's called. Anyway, we're back in Fisherman's Wharf, and today we're going to go on the flying ride at Fisherman's Wharf. Then we're going to take the, what's it called, a tram, the F line, which will show you to the Castro district to meet our friend later on. And today it's a bit of a grayer day, but it's still quite warm and fairly pleasant, and the sun is trying to come out as well. You can get a nice view of the Golden Gate Bridge today. We drove over the Golden Gate Bridge yesterday. We went to Sausalito to see our friend's boat, but it was completely covered in fog, so you couldn't see much. So even though today is a cloudy day, you get a much better view of the Golden Gate Bridge all the way crosses over towards Sausalito. In the other direction, you've got the Bay Bridge, which goes to Oakland, where our other friend lives. Anyway, we're back in Fisherman's Wharf today, and we're going to go for a wander before we go on this ride that we're going to go on. We're on the flyer ride on Fisherman's Wharf. I think we're about to go flying through San Francisco. So we're now on the F line to Castro, heading towards Castro district. We've just been on the flyer, which I've seen some video footage of, and now we're using our Muni pass to get to Castro. So another adventure on a very old tram. Is this a tram? Yeah. So anyway, looks fun. Definitely a nice way to see the city and a cheap way to get around as well. This is the tram that we've just been on. We are now in the Castro, and there's James. So it's a very easy way to travel here. Yeah, definitely. How cool is this? A driverless car being tested in all over San Francisco. We've seen these cars everywhere being tested. So we've arrived in Castro and we are walking down the main street towards meet our friends Trina for going out to lunch. Castro district has got a really nice vibe about it. It's a real villagey feel, very different to the centre of San Francisco, and obviously it's absolutely fascinating history and some fascinating people as well, and some fascinating shops. So we've just come up to Presidio, and you can see it's a cloudy afternoon again. You would be able to see the Golden Gate Bridge, but you can't. But this is a very pretty area with lots of pristine houses and that house different things, including the Walt Disney Family Museum over there, and a nice area to walk. And we've come with James and then Trina, and this is Wallace. Hello Wallace, say hello to everybody. We're going to walk Wallace in the gardens.
Where's underneath us?
Once we get a little bit further.
What a great view as well, the gardens
mushroom.
with the Golden Gate Bridge. So you're saying this is only a year old? What was here? What was?
Yeah, so the tunnels are pretty much brand new over the last couple of years. So once those were completed, they started working on this. But the park part is less than a year old.
Okay. What was here before then? Just nothing. Just the top of the bridge.
A road leading to. Probably still part of the highway leading to the Golden Gate Bridge, but they just improved it by having it through a tunnel.
So here we go. This is where we are, and this is all built on top of the freeway, basically. You can see the Palace of Fine Arts there. Actually, the city skyline in the distance. The harbour, Alcatraz.
That's Angel Island.
Angel Island, and all the way around to the Golden Gate Bridge, which is slowly disappearing in the fog. So here you can see how this is the top of the motorway, or top of the freeway, and what a nice way to actually develop this. And our three-legged friend Wallace is having a good old sniff. So we've walked across to the other side of the motorway now, and you can see another park, and we can also see the National Cemetery there, and then more park here, and you can walk as far as you want to. But what a good use of space over a motorway. You can just see over here that we've walked from the other side of the park over there, which is where I just started filming, and then walked across here to the other side of the park. So we've just driven about 5 minutes to the ILM studios, and we've come to see the Yoda fountain. So if you're a Star Wars fan, this is a great place to come, where apparently a lot of the post-production of Industrial Light and Magic's movies such as Star Wars are produced. And this is about 5 minutes from where we just were at the Presidio Park. So if you're a Star Wars fan, then good place to come and visit. So I've just come to the Palace of Fine Arts, which I think is just a venue now that's used for weddings, and there used to be a thing called the Exploratorium here, which has moved down near Fisherman's Wharf, and so now it's just a place you can come through, park for free, and have a walk around. What's the story behind where this was originally built? What was it?
The
World's Fair, the 1918 World's Fair was
Okay.
here. It was a celebration of the resurrection of San Francisco after the earthquake. That's why they called it fair.
Okay. There we go.